can hear the sound of water. See the floor all greening up. So hello, welcome to here. That water you heard, that was the start of the spring, which coincidentally it starts at what is known as Mark's Meadow. My meadow. I don't own the land, I just created what's on it. And I seem to have this thing for springs and water, as well as some kind of accidental, intuitive, coincidental, I don't know what it is, but it's one of those things that first got me into doing this channel. Like see the bluebells coming. Oh. You know, somehow I tune into it. Last Friday I had to abandon a walk because my intuition was telling me to go back to the van. Wow, it's lovely. Dog's Mercury on the left, and sort of higher up and then lower down, bluebells coming. And it turned out when I got back to my van that I'd left my lights on. It might have been alright, but I didn't know how long I was going to be. So it's a good job I listened, and I nearly didn't, I nearly overrode it. But yeah, that spring starts where I've lived and where I tend a meadow and lots of land there. Now here's another bit of it, which comes from up there. And quite clearly descends down and meets the one we've just seen at the start, down in there. I really love it. It's nice light now because there's no canopy. But I didn't realise, well I did, but I didn't. Okay, shall I start again? So I'm here because I'm on an investigation. I'm trying to find out where the foul smell has come from. And when I say foul smell, I mean it smells like a septic tank. It's sewage. And seeing as we don't live, or we aren't near anywhere apart from the houses around, primroses and celandine, the yellow, the fact that we can smell it is weird, and the fact that we've been smelling it for quite a few weeks now is even stranger, because that shouldn't be happening. Yeah, you can smell it once when it's being emptied, but to have it a constant smell. And look at the Dog's Mercury here. Anyway, I can't smell anything at the moment, but it does indicate there's a vast, there's a leak somewhere, or a vast tank of it on a farm maybe. I don't know. Look at that. Wow. But what I was going to say about all this, the way I tune into the land, and I do, and if you've come here from my website, this is I'm on an explanation of one of the things that I do. And I think it's because I can dowse with my body. Really heightened intuition. I'm going to go this way. But I found I've spent most of my life outside, away from people. You know, sometimes months have gone by without me speaking to anyone. Yeah, I know, probably not healthy, but yeah, that's how it was. Anyway, what I found from doing that is that I still knew what was going on. I could feel it. Like, for example, during the night, last night, I woke up and I was thinking, I felt like fritillaries in my meadow were calling me. Now, they weren't out last week when I was here. And when I got here today, half a dozen of them were up and nearly in flower. So I've been able to feel what's been going on in the world, even though I haven't been seeing anyone. I don't read newspapers, I don't watch television, I don't listen to people talking about the stuff that's talked about on topical news programs and things. This is a different kind of green to where I was the other day. Every place has its own feel. And you see, you compare that with behind us. So I've never really felt out of touch. In fact, I've felt in more tune, because I know that the plants speak to me, and the animals. And I don't have to try. I don't try to do this. It just happens, and I hear the voice, I hear the words or the feeling, and I listen. And apparently, that's what the Chinese call Tao. It's like a tuning into nature, where you can be told and feel everything. Listen. This is more of the spring. It's descending down. Because I say things to people and they look at me as if to say, what do you know? You're just some man who works on the land. That's fine, they can think that if they want. So my things I say get ignored. And then I tell people later on, I say, well, I told you that. I told you that's what you were suffering from. I told you that was going to happen. There was a muntjac in here earlier. I could hear it barking, so I had to protect my trees quickly, because they are notorious tree killers. And it seems to have been how I've lived my life somehow. Yeah. And people have asked me, well, one of the questions, one of my FAQs is how do you know the things that you know? Take a look at this. Lovely, isn't it? Moss. Just shows you how wet it is here. Yeah, one of the frequently asked questions I get is, how do you know? How do you know the things that you know? And that's how, because I've had a life that I've had, and I notice things, and then when I notice certain things I then can connect them up, and many other people can't do that. They don't even notice these things, but that's fine. I'm not going to encourage people to notice. It gives me the edge, and I think Bono would be upset if I had the edge and he didn't. So sorry. I must do penance. The Pirates of Penance. That's for all you light opera fans. Which again, would you expect me to know about light opera? It always makes me laugh. See, so you know, I've got on my website that an advice and guidance service, because I do know lots of things. Because, as I was saying, because of the life I've had. That's what's led me to now. All those things in my life that started at my birth. And they literally started at my birth and continued with my children's birth and their names. That's nice, isn't it? But that's another video story. But basically, all those things that has led me to do this channel. So, because I started to figure out writing a book, and then I realised there was so much to cross-reference that I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit down and pick one and go with it because it was all interconnected. So basically, every video on my channel, pretty much every video on my channel, is connected in some way to my life and why I know what I know. Because you can't force these things, because they wouldn't be true. They wouldn't come out as truth. Don't think I often come through here at this time of year. Okay, I got. Let's head back up here. And I'm not joking, pretty much every one of the videos on my channel is connected in some way to my life. Not just that I've made them, but you know, like here, I used to live here. Yeah, my meadows here. I've had interesting experiences here. And I don't go out looking for them. And none of it is contrived because I don't have to. I don't even have to embellish it. In fact, I look back at my videos and I look and I go, oh, you've missed out that bit. Oh, you've missed out that bit, you know. So there are things that I miss out somehow. See a fallen tree, I think, down there. Like split, yeah. Wow, that's quite big. Can you see it through there? Let's see if I can. Wow. Never mind, I'm going to do a quick blurry eye. There you go. Can you see the water down there? There's the spring running down. And all these little ones that run down into it all join it up. Yeah, because I can tell sometimes when people message me or leave a comment, I can tell just by how the comment's worded what their motives are, what their intentions are, you know, what they're trying to say. I can read the subtext. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that want to try and do videos like I do, but they won't be able to because they're not me. They haven't had the life that I've had. They're not doing this. You know, this is my job, or has been my job, working in places like this and looking after them. You know, in all weathers, all year round, not just when it's spring and the weather's nice. When it's pissing down with rain and freezing cold, you know, in a way that that just gets through to your bones. But the Tao is the tuning in to nature and hearing what it says, listening to it without trying to override it or do something with it, unless there's something that you do need to do. One of my favourite ferns at the base of a tree, that is. So if you listen without expecting and without anything really, just listen, you'll be told things, and often you won't even know that you're being told something until later, when you realise, or you find, or you get told many things and you go, oh, that's why. Ah. Yeah, this is a lifetime for me of being told things, because I've spent my lifetime in the woods or being out in nature. And it does. It tells you things. There's an animal track through the bluebells, so when they're out we'll go down there again this year. Rude not to, eh? Rude not to. But it's funny what you can, when you just let yourself feel, it's amazing what shows up. Wild raspberry. I just let one plane go by, it took ages, and now another one's appeared, so I couldn't wait. Anyway, I couldn't wait for it, so let's get back and get on with my day. We'll take a visit to this lovely old oak. Before we do, the lovely old oak is dropping her branches quite regularly. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, if you want to know more about me, you need to watch all my videos, because there is bits in every video, there is something like a trick or a story, anything. So that's what I do. See you next time. Ta-ra.